Here is something nobody tells you before you become a parent. There will be a moment, and it will come sooner than you expect, where your child is crying, really crying, and you will open your mouth, and what comes out is exactly what was said to you when you were small. Stop crying, you're fine, there's nothing to cry about. And even as the words leave you, something in you knows, that is not what I meant to say. Today I want to give you something to say instead. Not a script, not a trick. Something that actually works, because it works at the level of the nervous system, not just the surface of the moment. Stay with me. Before we get to what to say instead, I need to say what this episode is not about. This is not about never saying the wrong thing. This is not about being a perfect parent who always responds beautifully in every hard moment. And this is definitely not about making your child's tears stop faster. This is about something much more important than that. This is about what your child learns about themselves, about their feelings, about whether their inner world is safe, from the way you respond to their tears. And here's the thing about stop crying that most parents do not realize. We say it because we love them, not because we are cruel, not because we do not care. We say it because watching our child cry activates something deep and urgent in us. The need to fix it, to make it better, to bring them back to okay. But feelings do not respond to logic. You cannot reason a child out of feeling any more than you can reason yourself out of grief. Feelings need to move through the body, and they move through fastest when they feel witnessed, not silenced. I want to introduce a term in our home that has become the foundation of how we respond to our daughter's big emotions. I call it finding the feeling first. Before we solve anything, before we explain anything, before we try to make it better, we find the feeling first. We name it, we witness it, we give it a place to land. Finding the feeling first is not passive. It is not doing nothing. It is doing the most important thing, which is making your child feel seen at the exact moment they feel most lost. Everything I am about to share with you today is an expression of that one principle. Find the feeling first. Emotional intelligence is one of those phrases that get used everywhere, but I want to give it a real meaning, because I think the definition matters. Emotional intelligence is not the absence of big feelings. It is not a child who never cries or never melts down or never loses it. A child without big feelings is not emotionally intelligent. They are suppressed. Emotional intelligence is the presence of something else entirely. It is the ability to notice a feeling, name it, understand where it came from, and make a choice about how to respond to it. Not suppression. It is awareness. It is not control. It is understanding. It is not silence. It is fluency. And here's what the research tells us without ambiguity. Emotional intelligence is not something children are born with or without. It is something they learn, primarily from watching the adults around them, which means every time we respond to their tears with presence and language rather than dismissal, we are actively building something inside them that will serve them for their entire life. So, here are 6 things to say instead of stop crying. I call this the finding the feeling first phrases, and they are not random. Each one does something specific and deliberate in your child's nervous system. Phrase 1. I can see you are really sad right now. It is not saying, I cannot see what the problem is. It is not telling them there's nothing to be said about. It is just purely, I see you in this feeling right now. See, when a child hears their emotion named accurately by someone they trust, something in their nervous system settles. They feel seen. And feeling seen is one of the most regulating experiences a human being can have at any age. We call this emotional mirroring, and it is the foundation of everything that follows. Phrase 2. Your tears are allowed here. This one might feel small. I promise you, it is not. So many children grow up learning, consciously or not, that their tears are inconvenient, that big feelings make the people they love uncomfortable, that the fastest way back to being loved fully is to stop feeling so much. Your tears are allowed here is the antidote to that learning. It says, you do not have to perform okayness for me. You do not have to manage my comfort. You can fall apart here. I can hold it. Phrase 3. Can you tell me what happened? Once the first wave has passed, and only then, this is your invitation, not a demand, not an interrogation, a door left gently open. Some children walk straight through it. Others need more time. Both are correct. The invitation is what matters. It tells them their experience is worth understanding. Phrase number 4. That sounds really hard. I would feel upset about that too. Here is what I want you to notice about this phrase. You're not saying, that is catastrophic. You are not saying, you're overreacting. You're not agreeing that the world has ended. But you are saying, your response makes sense. You're not too much. Your inner world is logical and understandable. For a child who has been told their feelings are too big, this lands like oxygen. Phrase number 5. Do you want a hug or some space? Notice what this phrase does not do. It does not assume. It does not reach for them before they are ready. It does not pull back before they have had the chance to ask. It offers 2 options, both loving, both present, and lets your child lead. This small act of agency in a moment of total overwhelm is more powerful than most parents realize. Phrase number 6. I'm right here. Take all the time you need. I have saved the most powerful for last. This phrase asks nothing. It requires nothing. It simply says, I'm not going anywhere. Your feelings do not push me away. You can take as long as this takes, and I will be here at the end of it. That is the loop that closes for your child in the most essential way. They opened the episode of their distress wondering whether they were still safe. This phrase closes it. Yes, you are still safe. I am still here. My daughter came home from kinder one afternoon carrying that particular quiet I have learned to recognize. The quiet that means something happened and she has not found the words yet. I did not push. I sat close and I said, You seem like you are carrying something today. I am right here whenever you are ready. And I want to tell you what was happening inside me in that moment, because I think the internal experience of the parent matters too. My instinct, the one I had to consciously override, was to fix it, to find out what happened and solve it, to make her feel better faster. That instinct is love, but it is love expressed in my language, not hers. So I waited. And after a few quiet minutes, she said, Someone said they did not want to play with me today. And I found the feeling first. That must felt really lonely. I will feel sad about that too. And her whole body exhaled, like something she had been holding all afternoon finally had somewhere to go. This is what finding the feeling first does. It does not fix the problem. It makes the child feel less alone inside. And sometimes, most of the time, that is the only thing they needed. I want to close by zooming out. Because finding the feeling first is not just about managing tears in the short term. It is about raising a child who is fluent in their own inner world. It is not suppressed, so they are fluent. It is not performing okayness, because we want them to genuinely be okay. It is not managing their feelings alone, because moving through them with skill is important. These are the children who grow into adults who can sustain healthy relationships, who can ask for help without shame, who can sit with someone else's pain without flinching. The work you do in these small daily moments is not small at all. It is the whole curriculum. Do you remember the moment I described at the beginning of this episode? Your child is crying, you opening your mouth, and out coming exactly what was said to you. That loop is not a life sentence. You are learning a language that was never taught to you. And every time you find the feeling first, every time you choose presence over dismissal, witness over fixing, a hug or some space over stop crying, you are rewriting something, not just in your child, but in yourself too. Subscribe for next week and tell me in the comments, which of the finding the feeling first phrases are you going to try today? I read everyone. See you next week.